Man, when afraid. Bagwan. Yeah, man, bless up. Bagwan, man, no good. Hey, something knocked me out on it very serious. I never talk to Anjo. Anjo, when I talk to you with them things, and about a feel no way, I talk to you for the rights of Jamaican people, right? You see, the other day, I want to drive for the car seat, and I see bug life run out. And I see Crab, Dr. Crab run out, and go up and Dan Jackson Miller thing, and I say, the people, them know this and that and all kind of thing, car seat with little kids. You know what that remind me of? Jim Crow law. You remember Rosa Parks and Claudette Colvin? You know the bus, them where you remember black and white, you couldn't sit on a certain part of the bus and do certain little things. I saw you angry the kids, them brother. Worse than that. I'm not a fact you angry them worse than that. You angry them worse than that, you know? The kids are the future, not a joke. So I'm going to draw back and remind the people of them kind of history. Because I'm a man, I love my history and love me live in the wilderness, you know. Yeah, because if you don't know your past, you don't know where you go, man. You don't have the future, man. You can't trick you if you don't know the past. So if you study the past, for correct what going in the future. Now say it go. Now say it go, people. Let me remind you of something. I'll show you something. Yeah. Now I'll take it. Okay. See? Me remind you of something also. Yeah, me remind you of one thing right also. Hold on there. Let me see if me have that so. All right. What is this? Remember stop this first. All right. Remember remind them of this. So you see this? This one I see also. Remember remind them.
My baby, them a while I gonna taxi and want to pick me up because I have the baby. And him say one man just get 2 tickets a while ago, so him no want bring me.
Him no want
and
carry.
And the rain a Jew, I'm stand up out there with my baby.
Cha-cha style.
It doesn't make no sense for the walk with car seat everywhere me a going and me answer me don't want a vehicle.
That don't make no sense.
And two of them to John, this hard.
You have to understand, you know, we're willing to carry you know, but at the ticket we are run
yeah,
from.
the man freak, the man say him do a $5,000 for go pay if police stop him.
Man, we have to go do something about it.
Yeah, do something about it.
We have to do something about it,
man. We name Jamaica,
man. King have to know if you walk from so far.
Yeah, because nobody no want to pick me up.
Cha-cha star. Mama, we have to do something. Get up, little man. Mommy, take care, yeah?
Message to Andrew Holness and him new law. Baby mother can't go home because of him new law. Taxi man not carry, she on the roadside, want to go home. Because them say them not enough car seat, no baby seat, and no $5,000 enough to pay. So people want to tell me what to do. Taxi there. Nah carry no schoolers, nah carry no pitney, nah carry no baby. Tell me what to do. See the baby mother there roadside and wait. Can't get no taxi.
No, but I see what's not, Andrew. But I see what's not.
Holness and
it was stupid law like this. You know, have school bus or nothing at all, and you look at the kids, them, you know, and tell them mother, a little baby, they put the baby on the sidewalk. If you can't go home. Nothing against you. You can't go home, take a taxi, you have to leave the kids them behind. Make them creep or walk or do anything, but you, if you go in there, we have to charge the taxi man. So we have forced the taxi man not to carry them. We not ask you as a mother, or a father, or a grandmother, or a granddad, or brother, anything. If the taxi man carry them, them not have the car seat, we are charged them to carry them. Them have to have car seat. And then you put the people them to suffer like this, the little kids them. I remind you of Jim Crow line. I remind you of boss used to run. But a matter of fact, this is even more evil than what I show now. But I remind you something. Play one more reminder something, Andrew. You have to think before you do things, man. Look here.
No, it's a more than sign. The woman and our daughter there so long. We see about 3 taxi coming so. Stop her foot and she asks them if they go to town and how we them go. All and no one put her in night car. Everybody tell her the same thing. Transport down the road, mama, and I chance it. You tell me now, what the world comes to? How you pick me out of school? Because everybody say you're not chance because she's been on the road and I'm not a car seat put her in. You tell me now, what a slack is in the team. Some more than slackness.
Alright, so let me show you what we are talking about now. I could look on Jim Crow. Somebody said John Crow, but I look on Jim Crow now. And we look on Rosa Parks I will look for me Claudette Colvin, why them the charge her in 1955. Yeah? Then the charge her too, you know. Claudette about 9 months before Rosa Parks, you know. Yeah, but I could look on it. Saying, I could look on this.
Now, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
Well, earlier this year, the nation marked the 100th anniversary of the birth of Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat on a city bus in Alabama to a white man in December 1955. Her act of resistance led to a 13-month boycott, the Montgomery bus boycott, led by a young minister named Martin Luther King. In Washington, D.C. last month, President Obama presided over a ceremony unveiling a statue of Rosa Parks in the U.S. Capitol.
Rosa Parks' singular act of disobedience launched a movement. The tired feet of those who walked the dusty roads of Montgomery helped a nation see that to which it had once been blind. It is because of these men and women that I stand here today. It is because of them that our children grow up in a land more free and more fair, a land truer to its founding creed.
While Rosa Parks became a national civil rights icon, she was not the first woman in Montgomery to refuse to give up her seat on a city bus. On March 2nd, 1955, 9 months before Rosa Parks' arrest, a teenage schoolgirl named Claudette Colvin boarded a city bus after school to head home. As it filled up, a white woman was left standing, and the bus driver ordered the 15-year-old Colvin to get up and move to the back. She refused and was dragged off the bus in handcuffs. 3 weeks later, the New York Times ran an article headlined, "Negro Girl Convicted. She is held guilty of refusing to move to the back of the bus."
Claudette.
People in the year we used to go on, and if them can't clean up themselves, them thing are a crime against humanity, you know. Jim Crow law, you know. 1955 this. Them are talk to the lady. 15-year-old and them arrest you because the bathroom, everything that's different. And them people make a difference, you know, them little girl and them thing there, you know. Say people never stand up to Andrew, no. Andrew gone even lower than this. Them are 15 and everything, and then you find civil rights movements and everything. But Andrew even look more move lower than him. Baby just born. You come out of hospital, and if you know the car seat, the taxi car, you don't have the car. They may charge the taxi man, send them for to leave you, you have to walk by your yard, and you just a baby, you know. And that's how Andrew put it, you know. In your own country. Yeah, man. I could continue to listen to this. Because you have to know your history, you know. Hear this.
Colvin went on to become the star witness in a case that wound its way to the Supreme Court. The court eventually ordered an end to bus segregation in Alabama. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made his political debut fighting her arrest. Claudette Colvin joins us here in our studio now, 73 years old, living in the Bronx. And we're joined by Jean Theoharis, author of The Rebellious Life of Mrs. Rosa Parks. Jean Theoharis is a professor of political science at Brooklyn College, has written extensively on the civil rights and black power movements, joined us in February on what would have been Rosa Parks' 100th birthday. Claudette Colvin. President Obama talked about Rosa Parks' singular act, but it wasn't exactly singular because you had done it before, 9 months before. She was 42. You were 15 years old. What gave you the courage that day? You were coming home from school?
Yes. What gave me the courage? All the unfair treatment that I had experienced in my early childhood. Plus, you remember February, we celebrated Negro History Week, but our school did it for the whole month. So I had a whole month to talk about all the injustices.
Back in 55.
Back in 55, yes. So, I tell him we had an instructor, her name is Geraldine Nesby. She refused to teach English. She taught literature. And Mrs. Joseph Lawrence, my history teacher, she taught us about Africa. And we learned about, through current events, we learned about Africa. And so I began to think, about all of this and how unfair we was treated.
When you hear this, can you imagine, she I think, 15-year-old, unfair because segregation and thing, 1955. In Jamaica, just the other day, just last year, 2023, the government of Jamaica lock out little kids. They must say, listen, can't see to them. Mother, you can't go walk, you can't take the taxi. Father, mother, grandparents, anybody can take anything under 12, from 0 to 12. If the taximan carry them, we have pressure the taximan not to carry them without car seat. I don't know them have no car seat neither. So we have to say, hey, make them baby they creep, walk and find them way at home, but we not carry them. We don't car seat, I will charge you. I will go no some penalty. Because them not think. That means them not have the people them in art, man. And they never have nobody in art, brother. Saying? It's evil, you know. You know, some people just look on it like, no, just a car seat them and us, no, it's wicked than that, man. Wicked than that. You have to think before you do anything, brother. Saying? Look on this.
And when you were, the bus driver called in the police, they accused you of resisting arrest as well as refusing to give up your seat. Could you talk about that when the police came in to haul you off the bus?
One of the questions asked, why didn't you get up when the bus driver asked you and the policeman? I said I could not move because history had me glued to the seat. And they say, how is that? I say, because it felt like Soldier on the Truth, hands were pushing me down on one shoulder, and Harriet Tubman, hands were pushing me down on another shoulder. And I could not move. And I yelled out, it's my constitutional rights. Because I wasn't breaking the law under the state's law, separate but equal. I was sitting in the area that was reserved for black pensioners. At that time, we didn't even want to be called black because black had a negative connotation. We were called colors. So I was sitting in the color section. But because of Jim Crow law, the bus driver had police force. He could ask you to get up. And the problem was that the white woman that was standing near me, she wasn't an elderly white woman. She was a young white woman. She had a whole seat to sit down by opposite me in the opposite row, but she refused to sit down because of Jim Crow laws. A white person couldn't sit opposite a colored person. And a white person had to sit in front of you. The purpose was to make white people feel superior and colored people feel inferior.
Hey, so you hear them thing, Andrew, when you anger people, it's throw way off, If them can correct this, how not anger get the people so? Make like they treat them feel superior and then, get the people inferior. You go through this, but this is a country of black people, But have some color there, but out of many one nation still, Saying? But when you look now, them still trample people like this. You have a guy like Andrew run something and you really get up and push down people, brother. Eh? You hear this? It correct itself. Them correct it. Yeah.
And this is something you clearly understood at the age of 15.
Oh, sure, because I didn't have to prepare for it. You learn it. I learned it at a very early age. My first encounter was in a general store when a little white boy and a little white kid about my age and his friends, relatives, came into the store and they were laughing about me. And the little boy to another little child said, hold up your hands, let me see. And I held up my hands to his hand. And my mother gave me a backhand slap on the forehead.
And the context of what was happening at the time in terms of the terror on the black community, there was a schoolmate of yours who was arrested for supposedly raping a white woman who was then later executed?
Yes, his name was Jeremiah Rees. They had him arrested, but he was tried for being a serial rapist of 6 white women during the summer.
So the police come March 2nd,
Yes.
1955. You're refusing to get up. When they come on the bus, what do they do to you?
Well, they asked me to get up, and I refused. And one of the policemen was a traffic policeman. He at Court Square, and he yelled to the bus motorman that he had no jurisdiction here, and he got off. So the bus driver moved the bus to Bilbin Commerce, and then 2 squad car policemen came on the bus. And I became more defiant. And when they asked me the same question, and they yelled, "Gal, why are you sitting there?" I said, "It's my constitutional right. I pay my fares, it's my constitutional rights." And he said, "Constitutional rights," and then one kicked at me, and he knocked the books out of my hand, out of my lap. And then one grabbed one arm and one grabbed the other, and they manhandled me off the bus. And after I got in the squad car, they handcuffed me through the window and took me to booking, and then not to a juvenile facility, but to an adult jail. And I stayed in jail approximately 3 hours until my pastor, Reverend H.H. Johnson, and my mother came and bailed me out.
Were you afraid?
No, I wasn't afraid. I was a teenager.
You were in the NAACP?
Not at that time. I wasn't in it. When I got arrested, I was in. E.D. Nixon is like our Al Sharpton, and I was introduced. He introduced Mrs. Parks to my family, and that's how I learned about Mrs. Parks, through E.D. Nixon.
And he was president of the local NAACP, and she the secretary?
I don't know. I think he was in charge of the Pullman Porters.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
And
the reaction of your parents, your family, to your arrest?
They knew about how I felt, because since Mrs. Joseph Lawrence was teaching us about Africa, I went to school with my hair in braids. And at that time, you had to do the best you could do with a hot comb and pomade. So I said, why put yourself through that trouble? So when I went to school like that, they said, "Oh, I was crazy, and that I would lose my boyfriend."
Ah, so this happened March 2nd, 1955. It would be 9 months before Rosa Parks would sit down on the bus and do exactly the same thing.
Yes.
That kicked off this kind of magic moment that kicks off the bus boycott. Why didn't that happen on March 2nd when you engaged in the same act?
I do not know. I wasn't. My parents wasn't involved in the MIA. I do not know.
The Montgomery Improvement Association.
Yes, I don't know, but they thought that I would not make a good test case. I know what was written in Taylor Branch's book, Part in the Waters, and what the attorneys had said, that later I became pregnant, but I was not pregnant on March the 2nd. And Mary Louise Smith Ware, they said her father was a drunk, alcoholic, but Mary Louise Smith went to a private school, St. Jude. She graduated from St. Jude.
And she was? Who was she?
She was one of the plaintiffs. She was arrested in October.
Let's bring Jean Theo Harris into this conversation, who wrote the book this past year, The Rebellious Life of Mrs. Rosa Parks. Can you put Claudette Colvin's remarkably brave act, 15-year-old schoolgirl, into this larger political context? Why one action gets a lot of attention in Montgomery, but doesn't launch the boycott, and yet Rosa Parks does, and even the other young woman that Claudette Colvin was just talking about.
Right. So this is 1955. We're after the Brown decision. So this is a new legal moment.
Explain the Brown.
Brown versus Board of Education. It's May 1954. The Supreme Court rules that school segregation is illegal, that separate cannot be equal. Shortly after that, Joanne Robinson, she's a professor at Alabama State College. She's also the head of the Women's Political Council, writes a letter to the bus company saying, if you don't change, we're going to boycott. So we are in a new moment in Montgomery. There had been people before 1954 that had resisted on the bus. There had been particularly more people in the decades since World War II. But 1954, we're in a new moment. The Women's Political Council had been organizing. The NAACP, E.D. Nixon and Rosa Parks in particular are the more activist part of the NAACP. They are growing frustrated with the continuing situation, both on the bus and then in schools in Montgomery. So then, March 1955, Claudette Colvin makes her historic act, and there is outrage in the community. I think there's no way to understand why people galvanize behind Parks without understanding Colvin's arrest and what that does for many people in Montgomery. So no, we do not see a movement. We do not see, that same kind of reaction. But had Colvin not made that stand, I don't think we would have necessarily seen what happened in December of that year. And then, midway through in October, like we were talking about, Mary Louise Smith makes a similar stand. Again, there is no movement around that. And then we get to December 1st, 1955.
So in effect, then, these earlier incidents sort of convinced Parks and Dixon that at the time was ripe to make a symbolic stand, refusing the bus and to sit in the back of the bus, and then start the boycott as a result of that new arrest.
Yes, and there are these meetings of civil rights leaders over the summer with the city around bus segregation. Promises are made. Interestingly, Rosa Parks refuses to attend those meetings. She's done. She says, I'm not going to, come to city officials with a paper in hand asking for my rights. But other civil rights leaders in the community do meet with bus officials. There are promises made. The city makes promises. Those promises are not kept. So many people, again, in December, when Parks makes her stand, are also very aware that promises have been broken. And if you look at the leaflet that circulates, right, that calls for the one-day boycott, that leaflet very much locates Parks' stand in this broader history of Colvin's stand.
In fact, interestingly, the historian Douglas Brinkley has written that the delay between Claudette Colvin, our guest today, her act, and Parks' arrest allowed Dr. Martin Luther King to emerge as a leader. He most likely would not have led the bus boycott if it had occurred in the spring after Claudette Colvin's arrest instead of the following winter.
So, hey, them thing where you watch them thing is powerful, It's powerful. Look at the one, a bug life for one of them just come up in there, you forget, man, have no sense. You see me play history, and you come up and type something like that, you forget, man. That's how you so done. So no fool. When I eat that, you have no sense. You see me play a recorded history with the woman, and you just write something like that. You don't have no sense, man. Eh? You don't have no sense. See? All right, so hear this now. You see, even this we go through in our history. Them place it help change. It help change the Jim Crow law business over this and everything. You don't know that. Start up the civil rights thing and the whole movement and everything. The 50s. This. Because people that, after World War II, say people, them still have the segregation thing and do the same thing. You see me I say? Yeah. Yeah, man. Him not have no black consciousness in him. Him not have none. And them not have nothing of them as a government. Because let me show you again. Let me show you something again. Look here. Look here. This are today. I'm show you something. So them not have no black consciousness in them. And about now, them are deal with no country or nothing like that. Them are deal with stupidness. And we are talking to them for a serious note. Look here. Let me show you something here. Look here, bushrat. Alright. You remember them supposed to clean up the road and do all kind of things. See when them start blaming, yeah? You don't have no money, you don't have no skipping, you don't have nothing. See that? Take personal responsibility for your garbage disposal, Mackenzie urge. But tell me what them are come with now. Them are come with, let me show you where him say them come with. New litter fines. Look here. Is that we have taxes and everything, you know. When the place are clean up for more than a year, them come and not clean up. You know, so the place is nasty and dirty and stink, right? And look where my more come with. Instead of find the truck them and thing, look here. This is how them pressure people in Jamaica. Watch out. Not the big boys, them look on this. Far advanced with new litter fines. So it's like they make the place dirty. And then when it stays away, they know you come with a new litter fine. You know, correct the place and put in the skip and them thing. This is what I tell you about them going with. No new taxes, but this is a part of taxes. I find my taxes, but new litter fine. You go in them coffers down for go fill some things. And who I get locked up and go jail. Some people when they have certain little things. Saying this is how them operate. Bless. Them for them thing it does wrong at all time. It wrong, it does wrong, and them need to stop it. It's wrong, them need to stop it. Saying, me go back in our history now. If that can change, why a government will come out? Yeah, you know, say. You know, at a notice, it just come out and say, can't sit in a taxi. Me no sit in a taxi. Nowhere overseas, and no personal car you have, you know. Taxi them attack, you know. You understand? You have your own car seat. But here, what I'm doing now, because the taxi no response to you. All right, so if you get your child in a them place, yeah, and your wife will leave the hospital. You remember, you know, the baby, them not release the baby in a car seat, you know. So if you are going to take a taxi, you're going to have the baby in the car seat and then pick on the baby. You don't go and charge the taxi man them and force them not to do these things. Don't carry, if you carry them, they're going to charge you. You know why them do it? Because them know, say, hey, the people, them, the mother, them not have the money for pay. So don't charge them. Lay the blame on the taxi man them. Force them not to carry them. I will charge the taxi man is a money making thing. They nothing about the kids them. Them not do it. See? Them want to come sell them car seat and do all kind of things. That's an evil thing, man. When you see me, I say, don't it? Because remember, you know, you as a mom, you have response to your pram and your own car seat and them thing there. So you know, say, hey, them people, them have the money, you know, we can't charge them. So somebody will take your taxi and you have a young little baby, you don't come with a car seat, don't it? You don't put that on taxi people. Eh? You understand? Them black from getting from A to B. And go down to Z too. So if you live 10 miles away, you forgot hospital and them thing there. You see? A matter of fact, Bug Life come out and I say, Iman, Dr. Crab. They go up and Dan Jackson made a thing there. And attack. Yes, them know. Everybody know. And she say, which country you live in? What do you mean by everybody know? Eh? Them have no sense. You launch a scale attack on the kids them. It's wrong. So who feels it most of the baby them 0 to 12? A matter of fact, them feel it. The mothers them feel it because them know so better me can't go to school. Me can't do this. And them not think. Because all in them head, you know, if they draw make money off a taxi man and force them to full them car seat. Like you carry passenger, you know. Them baby they can't pay for run your car neither. You know see what them do? Them rather collapse. Them rather collapse the system. Them not have no bus for full the system to carry people back and forth from school or creech and to work and everything. Them don't have it. It's not there. But you want to collapse a system for bleed it and make more money out of it. Although you give them a bag of ticket already. It's a goddamn sin. That's a sin. You have to know your past. So this, yes, I show you where them used to go on with segregation and do what. And then you come with car seat. And you talk about kids from 0 to 12. And you tell the mothers them, and you tell the taxi man, if you carry them, you know. And you not get that. You not have no baby. You're a taxi man, but you them don't grow up and everything already. And you look money for buy 3 car seat. Half 4. I mean, I know how you put in your vehicle. And if you take up a little baby, we can't pay you. And your gas and them thing there. You have to put in a car. Each one you put in a car seat. You know, see them a mash you up. Eh? Them are forced not to carry the child. That is equal to. And that them do. You know what I say for that them do, see ya? Look. Look on this. Right. This is what it equal to. Look here.
Children with my baby, them a while ago no taxi no want pick me up because I have the baby. And him a say one man just get 2 tickets a while ago, so him no want bring me.
Him no want
and
carry.
And the rain a Jew, and me stand up out there with my baby.
Cha-cha style.
It no sense for the walk with car seat everywhere me a going and me answer me don't own a vehicle.
No. She said she don't have a vehicle, so she have to walk. She have to walk with 2. Them know she don't have the money, but you have pressure the taxi man now. Him and a film kids them, but him to drive with car seat all around. Take up him space, can't hold in him chunk or do nothing. Them come with some impossible task. It don't make no sense. Because really, if the parents are look and them not have the money, if them not have the money, see, and them for carry them little baby and them little thing, and them for carry them thing, you can't look on the taxi man them and charge them. That's a more unfair and unscrupulous. It don't make no sense. And by the way, no statistic no show them. Because in every year you can go look how much kids a year are dead, much children a year are dead. Much kids a year last in an accident every year because them now wear seat and thing. And them you hear about. Another school youth them you hear about. Like about around 200, around 50, around how much? They have accident with them like this. See? So them just want to do it for make a money. And pressure the taxi man them. And them not think. But this the more dangerous than what me just show you, the documentary what me just show you. The girl says she can't trust have Africa because them that teach her about it. When she have 15. That's what the lady just say it, you know. When she have 15, you know, she can't trust because them the teacher that teach her about Africa and things. So she don't want to get up. And I remember segregation at them time there, you know. You have a slum behind white people. See? Segregation. Right? And then, you know, if somebody want your seat, you have to get up and give them because of slavery thing. And that Jim Crow law was a terrible thing. See? It's terrible. But coming like Jamaica government a draw back for Jim Crow law, not true, Andrew. Yes, in a Jamaica. Because that's how do you know. Everything, harsher penalties. Find a way to make money out of people more and more and more. It won't even stop it. Stop it, man. It needs to stop. Only way them see as a government have to come down with a sledgehammer in your head. It will stop. It's also frustrate. So black woman, yeah, less children. Yeah man, we get Andrew, yeah man, all right, agreement, promote, abortion, and okay. Q synergy. Yeah man, we see that. They send government to, yeah. Saying, yeah, man. The police should have been more reasonable. Yeah. They have kids too. But them like carry out some other way and lawful, you know. Them, you know, that me reject them thing, you know. Certain thing me not going on, you know. But when you look on it in a jungle, it is an evil act. Look here. You can't tell me say this is no evil act. Look here.
Him new law. Baby mother can't sending a message to Andrew Holness and him new law. Baby mother can't go home because of him new law.
Look on the baby. Who don't carry her now? So you have to go buy a seat for 5,000 for maybe 10,000 or more. A matter of fact, you'd have agency start advertise. You'd have agency start advertise. And I say you can't borrow money to buy the car seat then. They may lend you the money that you have some of them money places where them, you know, they might put up some maybe 40 or 50% of what pay interest on it. They might lend you money for buy a car seat. This is how them plan and organize and not think about the kids, them and the future of the country. Remember, the government do not have them not have the bus, them not have the service for the whole country to carry the kids them back and forth from school, you know. Them don't. Them not have it. But you say, okay, and them not have the bus even carry the population back and forth. And you come and say, right, we could carry in car seat. The mother them, instead of you have a car seat, then can you protect your baby and you come in a taxi with a car seat and it will know. You are forced the man them to buy a car seat. Oh, that's reasonable. Come on now. Who come up with this fool thing? Who come up with it? Them. And then pass it, then sit down and pass that. And this one goes shoot. I tell the mother, say, listen to me. You can't take a taxi. If you're alone, leave them a yard. If you carry them on the street, you have to walk back with them, you know. If you don't have the seat, we not trouble you and charge you, but I charge the taxi man. So we are forced the taxi man not to carry them because we know them not have the seat. Unless them come buy the seat from our friend. We, the government, them come buy the seat them from our friend and then pull it up and drive around with. Remember, you know, if you would buy 3-car seat, not about them all sit down. Where you put them when you want to carry somebody big? Remember now your child, you know. It was a wicked act. No going to show them how it's wicked. It's wicked and the dream cool. A baby for Christ's sake. And you force them to see the mother to sit down there. Look here. Look here.
Taxi man now carry them on the roadside want to go home. Because them say them not enough car seat, no baby seat, and no 5,000 and no pay. So people want to tell me what we do. Taxi there. Now carry no schoolers, now carry no pitney, now carry no baby. Tell me what we do. See the baby mother there roadside and wait. Can't get no taxi.
See in front of me there. See the taxi them there right there, so. But you just come out for go run, you can't even buy gas. And if you take her up and just sit down with our baby and you know drive fast, you will get a $5,000 seat. Ticket. You lose, you know. You don't even know where you make for the day, but you start lose this so. Eh? Yeah, it's still in place. Yeah, you know scrap yet because I think Mark Golden did try to move it and them vote it down. Because them know, you know, in the draw the legislation and carry it, but them vote it down. See, so it don't move yet. It don't move. But tell me, say this not wicked, this not wicked. This was a Jim Crow law because by that thing, you know, say, okay, white and black, and them say, hey, segregation, you know, after World War II. Some people them fighting in World War II, them go through hell. In 1940 at the same way. When I even not after World War II, you go through Vietnam and everything, you go through hell the same way. The Korean War, you go through hell. Because I remember after that, you know, after World War II, we have Korean War, you know. Now we have a couple more wars down there. We have the Vietnam War and all kind of thing. We have enough more wars after World War II. Enough people don't realize that we have a couple more wars after World War II. Black people still go through hell. And that's the truth. See? So you have a country run and you have prime minister and thing. I think them are more black conscious. A black consciousness, you know. Yeah, you know. I think they're more conscious when they touch the black world and them thing. They know, say, okay, we don't do nothing for oppress our people and them thing there. If we just govern as real governors of the country, people not voting for you come do them this. Then you're really voting somebody for them come stepping in your shoulder and stepping in your neck. It's wrong. It's wrong. And you can't tell me nothing for right this. It's wrong. It's terrible. Mothers vote. Yeah, see? Now we have to remind them about this and show him say, Andrew, you're evil man. It's a Hitler kind of idea. Yes? You understand? You know, run up people like this and do it. So look how she have to sit down, sit here. Look here. Not my word, sit here. Look. And
it's to Andrew Holness and him new law.
Yes.
Baby mother can't go home because of him new law. Taxi man now carry them on the roadside want to go home.
Yeah.
Because them say them not enough car seats, no baby seat, and no 5,000 and no pay. So people want to tell me what we do. Taxi there. Now carry no schoolers, now carry no pitney, now carry no baby. Tell me what we do. See the baby mother there roadside and wait. Can't get no taxi.
You see it? So I know one. See there? Look here. It's the next. Alright, so when I have a child, I go school. It's like
it's a more than sign. The woman and our daughter there so how long. We see about 3 taxi coming so. stop her foot and she asked them if they go to town and how them go all and no one put her in night care. Everybody tell her the same thing. Transport down the road, mama, now chance it. You tell me now, what the world come to? All the people in go to school, because everybody say you them not chance because she's been on the road and in a car seat put her in. You tell me now, what a slackness in the team. Some more than slackness.
Alright. So, Angela, like we tell like or something of it or nothing like this. Stop putting some local stringent law for hurt the people. Them. Who run, I don't know if them ever sit down and think. Remember them are driving, you know, them are use taxpayers' money in the biggest car and everything, you know. Yeah, you understand? Okay, sir. Okay, wait. Say no Uber now have it, of course. You see? So I don't know who come with this. I'm mother have a pram, have a car seat. And you have a private car, you put them in the seat and you know, deal with them. And you, from 0 to 12, you know. You understand? Yeah. From 0 to 12, man. See them put it from 0 to 12. See? So you have some youth and 12 and them big in a size and yeah, big in a body and you put him in a car, I don't know. Eh? How them come from, man? Car seat. You can't hold a car seat, 12-year-old, I don't know. I don't say a car seat with a 12-year-old yet. See? But in Jamaica, them did want that from 0 to 12. That's how them put for them, you know, have to make money. I have car seat for Google. Them have, well, them now have none neither, now we get one film, see me, Google, you say? We get one for Google, you know. Yeah, man, we have a car seat or put Sir Googs, you know. Because you might get the other, you know. That one, Sir Googs. Them car seat, them make us wait. Yeah, man, Sir Googs, yeah, man, we get one for him, it will him, but we don't know no one, other one, I will not 12-year-old, see me? Baby and boy, but you man Google, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Google get your car seat. You see? Yes. So this is bad. And we have to take sleep market. Yeah, man, we have something for Googs, man, you want to see it. It is bad, you have to take sleep market. You know, this must never happen again. In Jamaica history, them they have to cut out. This is a fool, this is a garbage. Yeah? It's a garbage, man. So you have to look at history, you know. You have to look at history, you know, for correct the wrongs, them, you know. So when you see the man, them come out with some foolishness, you tell them, say, brother, we are doing it worse than Jim Crow law. Because by that thing, them a bust, it's a segregate you. But them tell them to get up and get them people and that they bad. Because them segregate the bus, them and you have to sing at the back. You can't sing up front or nothing. We around this. So. And if one of them come and say, I want a seat, I could have hold them and you have to get up. See, this now, you tell me now, some little baby just born. You tell the taxi man, hey, you can carry the mother, it's legal and everything, carry the mother, but if you carry the child without a seat, we have to give $5,000 ticket. So if it's a 3 baby mother in a night, in a taxi, and them have nothing else to go home, and you are the last thing we run. And then the kind of police catch you, at 15,000 that way you have. Maybe you work for the day and never make them money there when you buy back your gas. And you say, me can't leave in a road, so me a chance it, and me look at police trial and buy you 15 grand worth of ticket. That means them a look for make money for you. The taxi man, them taxi, you know. There are some taxi man, I don't want to carry on politician, you know. And carry on them thing, them wicked man. And they're terrible. And now, see them, when them attack, say, bushwhack, see it, they not clean up the place yet, but them I tell you, say, minister says government far advanced with new litter fines. The woman, when they pass speaker of the house, fling out garbage. Them say them stand there now 100% and them let her go. But you're far advanced with new litter fine. You say it go? When you say it go do? See? Yeah man, you saw this go. New litter fines. Them no easy at all. So people, them things are unforgivably. Yeah, honest, when I make it just pass like that. But people have to start look back in our history, where we are come from. And them place to correct themselves. And the man just sit down and go think the man think about, they can't show me one piece. Not at all what him do right. Only thing him do is put in more, it put in stiffer penalties and harsher fines. Harsher fines for something where them not do. People elect you and say, hey, do this and do that. And instead they do it, see there, you start complaining about garbage now, where you say and you're not clean up the place. So you said you should get a fine and get kicked out for not working. That's it, go. Them now do the job, but only thing them sit down and do is just hurt poor people. It will stop. This fool, it's silly, it's mad. Yeah? Very mad man. All right. So hear this now. 7 o'clock, Rosemary Shaw, that are the PMP caretaker, member of parliament, MP caretaker for East St. Thomas. She have something to come talk out, you know, and talk about the last election and one where Charles am going with up there. And with some other little people. So some things are going, but hey, you'll hear some things later. So 7 o'clock that, tune in 7 o'clock because when you can't miss that are hot. Yeah? All right. So you know, 7, I'm not fact, I soon put up the promo in our few. You see? Yeah, man, I put up the promo in our few. Yeah, man, keep it right there, so keep it real and keep it locked. Promo go hot. That show there, well hot. See? Let me give them the bite of the week before we even leave here. Look on this.
For our bite of the week, it comes from a taxi operator who complained that despite the Prime Minister's instruction for the police to use their discretion, tickets were still being issued for not having a child car seat. Here's our bite of the week.
Once they see one baby no car seat, ticket, 2 points off of your license.
2 points?
I remember say.
So they get ticket and 2 points off of your license, but you don't even have the license either. So them more hurt you more than anything else. Eh? Them are more hurt you more than anything else you can think of. Them are get ticket but 2 points off of your license too. See that?
Complained that despite the Prime Minister's instruction for the police to use their discretion, tickets were still being issued for not having a child car seat. Here's our bite of the week.
Once they see one baby no car seat, ticket, 2 points off of your license. And license, I remember say, the ticket them not cheap like a one time they get $500 for one seat belt or $250 for one seat belt ticket. You understand? And now me don't know if they raise it again, because only did that the government now raise now.
Hear that? Remember at 5,000, you know, ticket 2 points. They lose points off their license too. Yeah. Yeah, Jungle, I can touch that before I leave. Yeah, you know, I have to touch this. Yeah, man. See? Yeah, man. So this is terrible, man. This is terrible. Remember run that one here, so if I run it. Remember run it.
Nice and hard, baby.
Papi.
Yeah.
Champion. Papi. Champion. Road boy! Road boy, what are you doing to me yard? Biggs, you're going too far now, Biggs, man. What do you want from me, Biggs? I simply the best ticket you want. Me have bought 10 simply the best ticket left in the bomber house.
Which part in there?
It there. Right next to the room where the staircase there.
Fast welcome, go for it.
Don't shoot me, no Biggs. Biggs, don't shoot me. See it there, Biggs. See it there. $40 for 2 tickets. Let come bit about my money. Once you want. You kill me, girl. You get the ticket, them. Once you want, Biggs.
That's simply the best, man. Simply the best. Ah. Well, you say tomorrow that, you know, it's a big sitting that tomorrow, so, you know. Yeah, man. They say, actor them, man. Yeah, man. Bad away them, right? Then the thing under them thing. Bad. Bad. Pay a thumbs up. Anyway, remember go set up that promo you have for 7 o'clock. I know it's the place I want to turn up the place, you know. Yeah, 7 o'clock. So, you know, Rosemary Shaw. Yeah, later. You know it already. All right, 7 o'clock. Soon forward, yeah? Bless up. Cool.